Hey everyone, welcome back to English Lovers by Honeydee. Today, let's take a deep dive into one of the most powerful poems ever written in the history of English poetry. That is Ozymandias by Percy Bysshe Shelley. Only 14 lines long, it's a sonnet, but trust me, it carries a lesson that's more relevant than ever in our life. So let's go line by line and break it down. I will keep it simple, like we are just having a chat. In line 1, it is, I met a traveler from an antique land, which means to say, like, here we get to know the speaker is trying to tell us that something a traveler told him. It is not his story. So antique land means a very old country, probably ancient Egypt. So right away, the poet is trying to create a distance. It is not even his own experience. It is second-hand story he heard from somebody. It is very interesting, right? So now in line 2, who said two vast and trunkless legs of stone? Then that traveler told the poet, like he described him, the statue he saw in the desert. Only two huge stone legs are standing, but there is no body on it. Just the legs. That tells us that the statue is broken now. Now, in line 3, we get to know that stand in the desert near them on the sand. So these broken legs are standing all alone in the sand. Imagine how lonely and empty it must look that there is no head on it. And maybe head is lying down on the ground. So in the line number 4, half sunk a shattered visage lies. Now we get to know about it. Nearby, the face of the statue is lying in the sand, half buried and broken. Line number 5, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command. In this one, we get to know the kind of expression on the face of the statue. The statue's face shows a frown, wrinkled lip, and a sneer of cold command, which shows that this guy clearly thought that he was powerful. His face shows pride, arrogance, and authority. Like he used to boss the people around him, which is not right somehow. Line number 6, tell that its sculptor well those passions read actually. This is such a beautiful line. Why? The poet praises the sculptor here. He captured the ruler's personality so well just through the expression of the face. Even though the statue is broken, the emotions are still there on the face of the visage. Okay. So in line number 7, which yet survives, stamped on these lifeless legs. Even though the statue is ruined, the emotions are still alive in the art. So the art survives even when the power and life do not. So in line number 8, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. There is a little bit of confusion here for many students, but don't worry. The hand that mocked them could mean the sculptor's hand, which mocked or copied the expression of the person and the statue. And the heart that fed probably refers to the Ozymandias. His heart fed on power and pride. That it means. So then in line number 9, and on the pedestal these words appear, which means now we get to know about the inscription. Now we get the most famous part of the poem now, the inscription on the base of the statue now. Now, here in the line number 10, we get to know, my name is Ozymandias, the king of kings. Here, we get to know, we just read that, just read it with the drama. He is not just a king, he called himself the king of kings. Total arrogance in the attitude. Line number 11, look at my works, ye mighty and despair. Now here it is, the peak of the pride. Ozymandias is telling other rulers, look at my empire and feel hopeless because you cannot match my level, he means to say. But here comes a twist in the next line. In this particular 12th line, nothing beside remains around the decay. Here we get to know about the irony of the situation, that he was so proud of his greatness, but now there is nothing left. Only and only destruction and decay, only the ruins of his. Now, in line number 13, of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare. His huge colossal statue is now just a wreck, this destructed one. The land around it is boundless and bare. Nothing grows, nothing lasts. It is a barren one now. Now, line number 14 says, the last one, the lone and level sand stretches far away. And in the end, all that is left is sand, nothing else, stretching endlessly, no empire of his, no power of his, no Ozymandias, just and just only nation. There are different themes that come out of the poem. First is the power is temporary. No matter how great you are, time will bring you down 100%. Pride leads to fall. The next theme, Ozymandias' arrogance is laughable now because his empire is gone, he is gone, only and only nature survived. Art outlives power. That is the next theme. The sculptor's skill survived longer than the ruler's power. Nature versus human ambition. Nature always wins in the end. We all know that. Now, there are different literary devices in the poem, just a few, no jargon. So, irony. The first one is irony. His message was, look at my power, but there is nothing left. See, then there is imagery, or imagery, we say. The ruined statue, the desert, so all that visual. So, alliteration, boundless and bare, lone and level, smooth to hear. Then there is a sonnet form. It's the 14-line poem, we know that, but not about love. It is about pride and downfall. Now, what should be the message? This poem is a powerful reminder that time will eventually erase fame, power, and pride. But your attitude, your actions, and your character, those are what truly matters. So focus not just on chasing titles or temporary success, work on becoming someone who uplifts others, keeps learning, and stays humble. Because real success is about leaving positive impact that lasts far beyond your lifetime. And remember, be like the artist who creates something meaningful that outlives time, not just the king, not like the king whose empire crumbled into sand. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. What do you think is most powerful line in this poem? Thanks for watching. I'm Honeydee from English Lovers by Honeydee, signing off. Have a good one.